The game plan here as well.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He'll find Harry on the right side. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early first and goal.
Here's White. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Rashad White with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Now a hit and a loose football. And it looks like the defense has got it. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Looking to throw. Kaplan. Going to throw right side here. Complete. They get a good chunk of that penalty yardage back. A gain of 15. 2nd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Back to throw. Kaplan. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Elijah Cansey in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division. And I'm making this.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. N'Keal Harry, halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
Back to throw now on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
They give right side for Gibbs. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Well, this defense for the Bucs, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. They'll look to throw here. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. You talk about this Lions defense. They were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
They're going to look to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Here's Bryce Behringer on now to punt. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. Off the play fake. Caplet. Going underneath. Gibbs has it. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA. Third and 5. Looking to throw. Kaplan. Pressure comes and down he goes. Jonathan Allen in there to drop it for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to fourth down. Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. That one complete. It's tanked down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Got a man open, that's Harry. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. In motion, the tight end. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll get that out to the flat to White. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be second down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Second down and 8. Back to throw again. Caught left side. Here's Dell. And a hard tackle there as he'll go down after a gain of about 5. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Delson in motion. That's complete to Dell. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. Great job of tackling there to prevent the first down.
One of the toughest skills in football, open field tackling. A lot of times one-on-one against a shifty receiver. He got it done in a nice way that time.
In motion goes the tight end. They'll look to throw again. That is caught. And the Buccaneers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right on the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get it to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
White is into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate any.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Bucs are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Well, CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throw left side, complete to Harry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He completes it right side to White. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll go up the middle with White. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They'll look to throw now on first down. This will be caught just inside the 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
White running to the left. Oh, good move. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Rashad White on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bucs are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes the score 28-0.
Fairbairn set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This taken in right around the goal line. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Jamison Williams.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Lions are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on.
And they'll accept that penalty. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
"19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
That's taken in by Palmer.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
This 2nd and 4.
They'll set up a throw. Looking for White on the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Rashad White.
His 104th career touchdown, one shy of Tim Brown on the all-time list.
And the Buccaneers would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
Fairbairn set to kick off.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Lions 7.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Throwing to start the drive. Kaplan. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out. I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And the Buccaneers will take over possession here up at the 44.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They go play action here on first down. Catch is made by Harry. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Just a gain of a couple there, and it's second down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Here's 2nd and 8. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. He'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays. Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Joe Tryon. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Looking to throw. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack. And it's going to lead him to fourth down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And take it right on the 30. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
They'll roll him out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Back to throw now on first down. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
That is caught at the 7, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Lions are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
Lions 17,
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. They keep it on the ground. White again. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They defer to White out of the shotgun. They nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 80 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Open man, it's Palmer. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
And the tight end goes in motion left. They'll look to throw here on first down. Flush to his right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. This will go as an 11-yard loss there on first and goal.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
He'll drop to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. And that one really pushes him back. A loss of 9. And now it's third and goal after the sack.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today. But on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Third and goal and still a long way from the end zone. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's White. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a fourth and goal.
Now fourth and goal.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Back to throw. Kaplan. Going underneath. Gibbs has it. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be second down. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route. Tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. First down, here's White. Tackle made that time by Aleem McNeil.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Will go down as a gain of 6, and this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's got his target. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. That one looks like he'll throw here. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. He'll look to throw. He'll get that out to the flat to White. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. 3rd down and 13. On 3rd down, a run from White. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And they take a knee. So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating